Gio, how much importance do you place on the League Cup?
A lot of importance. I mean, it's of course one of the two cups in Scotland, and it's silverware. It's a trophy we can win. So for me, it's very important, the domestic cup competition.
Is that where the challenge at club like Rangers is quite unique? There might be some countries that can take their foot off the gas in the League Cup, but there's always that level of expectation here.
Well, I mean, it's been the expectation is here for years. I mean, even when I was a player, my first cup we won in '98 was the League Cup. So, and it's important to give everything in every competition you face. Of course, each competition is stronger than the other one, but we want to win the League Cup. So that means tomorrow we have to be ready for Dundee.
Third different competition in 7 days. How much rotation? How do you plan on using the squad to deal with that schedule?
Well, it's a demanding schedule, as I said before, because also with the World Cup, it's quite the games come really quick. You don't have any breaks in between, and so it's not about different club or competition. It's about making sure you keep your squad fresh and make sure you have rotation where you can, and that's what we're gonna do tomorrow as well.
As the Rangers manager, Giovanni, when you look at the season and the trophies up for grabs, how many trophies do you feel you have to win for a season to be defined as successful?
Well, I think we're successful. I mean, well, for me personally, I want to win every competition I'm in, and it's not always that easy, especially in Europe. We reached the final last year, but obviously the level we need to step up in Champions League is really high and demanding, which we all feel at the moment. But every cup competition in the league, it's expected when you're manager of Rangers or player of Rangers to win all trophies you're involved with in especially in Scotland, because that's our priority. And of course the league is a priority because it means you qualify for Champions League and are champions of Scotland, but it's important. I want to win every cup competition. I won a lot of cups with my old team, with Feyenoord, and also last year the Scottish Cup, and in the cup competition in recent years, we haven't won. So we have to make sure we continue our desire and hunger for trophies.
Looking at the result performance at the weekend, you mentioned that the performance level still isn't where you would like it to be. Why do you think that is, that the results may be there, but that performance that you're seeing
well, it's different. I mean, I remember the first question I get before Champions League, that we had our swagger back. That was really the because of the games we played before. The wins in the league with 4-0, Hearts away. So I mean, football is to be there every game you play, and we know we had a difficult game. It can be difficult when you go away and you are 2-0 up and you are 2-1 down, and it's only one goal difference. Any team can make it really difficult for you. So that's why it's important to keep your distance with the goals when you play. But and tomorrow is another chance to play again. Play a lot of games, but the semi-final is there for us to win when we win the game, and to be back in Hampden again. So we want to achieve that.
John Lumstrom had said that after the Liverpool game, the confidence was quite low amongst the squad. Do you feel that that's building up again now, and having dug out a win at the weekend, do you feel that the players are back up again after that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's obviously, as you said, we were very down after the game, which of course is normal, and you have to be down, but you have to look forward also to the next game, because that's the most important one, and to win the next game against Motherwell was very important, to keep continuing the winning streak we have in the league, and now we have to switch back to the league. Only two days in between, so it means you have to recover. There's almost no time to train, and we have to be ready.
I think some people say that struggle to understand what the style is of this Rangers team at the moment. What style is it you're looking for, and what do the team need to add to get to that?
Well, we want to attack, that's for sure. And sometimes it's in games it goes easier than in other games. Of course, it's the more a team is compact and low with a defensive block, the more difficult it is. It's not very difficult to see that, and then you have to make the right decision in smaller areas, and that's why you need players who can create chances in those moments, and that's what we are looking for. And we have some players who are able to do that, but are not in the squad because of injuries. So we had to change that a little bit to keep continuing creating chances. And the last games at home, it was good. In the league, and especially against Motherwell, I think the first two chances we had in the first 5-10 minutes, you have to score them, because then we make it easier for yourself. But the main task tomorrow is to keep continuing our attacking development and create chances and score goals.
There's some speculation about James Tavernier's fitness. Gio, can you update us on it? Is he fully fit at the moment?
Yeah, he is. I heard some stories, but he's fine.
In terms of this game, is this a chance for you to maybe bring in some of the players who don't get as much game time as others?
Well, it's a possibility, of course. As I said, we need to rotate because we lost a lot of players in the last weeks through to injury, and we need to find a good balance in playing and the load for the players, because the squad is smaller than we want because of the injuries we have. So we need to be smart in certain positions to rotate as well. And although it's a smaller squad, I think we have players also who can start games.
With these injuries you speak about, how many players are you looking to bring in when the transfer window opens again?
Well, depending the status of the players, it's still a couple of months away. So we need to see whenever the windows opens, there for sure, when we see the squad, we can identify positions we need maybe to strengthen up. But for now, this is the squad we have until January. So that's now my main focus.
When you look at the Champions League results and the way the group stage has gone so far, does that put any added pressure or importance on the domestic fixtures?
No, because that's always the pressure is there always. We had last season, we did really well in Europe, but we had to concentrate on domestic league as well. Today, this year is the same. It's a big difference in level we face. And you want to compete, you want to give everything to reach those levels. And the most easiest thing for us is just to be in Europa League or Conference League, because the opposition is less than we are facing now. But that's not what you want as a top player or a manager who wants to be competing with the best.
Gio, you had some success at Hampden last year in the Scottish Cup. How can you use that as motivation for your players to replicate the same success in this competition this time round?
Well, the motivation is lifting a trophy. That's enough motivation we all need, and I think that's you never get the moment you lift a trophy. It's the best moment you can have. And I had many moments as a player. I had many moments as a manager. That's the moments you work hard for during the whole season, to be successful, to bring success to the club, to lift up trophies, and I think that's all the motivation we need.
You just have word on your opposition, Dundee. Have you had a chance to look at them, and we've got young Ben Williamson there alone?
Yeah, we saw a lot of games from them, and we analyzed them as we normally analyze opponents. So I think we have really well the way they want to play, their strengths, which players we want to make sure are not in the game. And it's our normal preparation, because we need that to keep continuing and work hard to analyze the opponents, but also to develop our own play.
Gio, can I just ask one question, one at the style of play? Away from home, do you think you've been able to implement what you want to do as much as at home? I noticed you said after the game on Sunday that you felt at times the team wasn't able to play through the midfield as much as possible. Is it more difficult away from home to do that?
Well, not always. I mean, last game it was, against Hart was much better because I think we controlled the game more, and I think we were much sharper in going forward, especially from the back, and was the first game after the break. We were all fresh, so it's also a difference, physically after difficult game, but also mentally a difficult game. It's hard to go in your rhythm. I think we started well, but until after the break, we had that back. When we tried to overload spaces and also commit into two areas where we create overloads. That was much better the second half. And but away games, it's always difficult because you have to prepare well. You have to start well. We started well against Hearts, we started well against Hips, but of course with 9 men it's always difficult. We almost won there, but yeah, it's important we start well again tomorrow at home. Of course it's easier than away, but still you have to begin on the front foot, and when we are capable in doing that, we always have positive results.
Just lastly, Mark Tillman, he obviously scored that goal. Can he now be a key player if you're going forward? Obviously, a difficult few weeks, he said.
Yeah, but you have those moments. Still a young player. I think he started really well. He had a moment where he wasn't at the levels we wanted, but he's coming back. I can see a difference in Malik's play. Of course, a really good goal he scored, but also. Defensively, he's taking responsibility, and that's part of the game. He needs to develop, but he's in much better place now than he was a couple of weeks ago, and it's now a case for him to continue his improvement.
Just on the contractual side of things, Gio, would you like to get deals with Morelos, Kent, Jack, and all of those out of contract resolved one way or the other in the coming weeks before you break up for the World Cup?
As a manager, yes, most ideally, of course, but it's up to the players, it's up to the club, and Russ is busy in negotiating and talking, and that's at the moment that's the status.
Hi Giovanni, I just wondered if there's any more specific updates on Alex Lowry or Kemar or likely to see them at all tomorrow or maybe against the weekend.
Kamar is in the squad for tomorrow, so he's ready to make minutes, and we try to give him that tomorrow. Alex Lowry is playing today with the B team because it gives him more time and more minutes on the pitch. But he's close as well to be ready for playtime in the first team.